Sri Guru Charitra, Chapter 45. Guru Nath cures Brahmin's leprosy. This chapter refers to the anecdote of a Brahmin called Nandi who was suffering from leprosy and who went to Tulsapur and other holy places and did great austerities. Goddess Parameshwari directed him in his dream to visit Gangapur and seek the blessings of Sri Narasimha Saraswati for the cure of his disease. He thereafter becomes a close disciple of Guru Nath. Namdharak was rapturous listening to Guru Charitra. He said to Siddha Muni, "Your narration is regenerating me. All the cobwebs of doubts infesting my mind are being cleared and swept off. New light is filling my mind. I had never in my life experienced such joy and peace. Please tell me more and more of the Guru Leelas." Siddha Muni started the following narrative. There was a Brahmin suffering from severe leukodama and leprosy. He made a pilgrimage to Amba Tulsapur. He performed worship and upasana there with steadfast devotion for over 3 years and most of the days observing fasts. But his condition showed no improvement and he did not find any relief from his dreadful disease. He was feeling very desperate and wanted to end his life. Then one night, Amba Devi appeared in his dream and asked him to go to the temple of Chandala Parameshwari and offer worship to her. He went there, and for 7 months he was offering his prayers and worship and observing fasts. Goddess Parameshwari also appeared in his dream like Amba Devi earlier and advised him to go to Gangapur and have the darshan of Sri Narasimha Saraswati, which would relieve him from his dreadful disease. The Brahmin got annoyed and angry and said, "If you, the goddess mother of the universe, cannot cure me, who else will be able to do it? I am being fooled by you. You have no consideration and compassion. I will not move from here." The Brahmin brushed aside the advice he received in his dream and continued to stay there, only doing his aradhana. The goddess appeared in dream again and this time said sternly that unless he obeyed her command, his disease would get aggravated and he would become only worse and would have to repent greatly. The Brahmin, in deference to the command of the goddess, set out for Gangapur. After reaching there, he went to the mutt. But Guru Nath was not in the mutt at that time. He was at the Sangam. He waited at the mutt, and when Guru Nath returned to the mutt, he bowed down before him and prayed that he should be relieved of his dreadful disease. Guru Nath said, "What can I, a mere human, do when Goddess Parameshwari could not herself cure you?" Guru Nath just retorted back what exactly the Brahmin expressed in skepticism and anger to Goddess Parameshwari when she first appeared in his dream and advised him to go to Gangapur and seek redress from Sri Narasimha Saraswati. The Brahmin realized his folly and prayed to Guru Nath that he should be forgiven for his skeptical remarks made in ignorance. He poured out to him his woeful tale, how he was forsaken by his wife and even by his parents because of this loathsome disease of his. He said that unless Guru Nath showed mercy on him and freed him from the disease, he would end his life. Sri Guru Nath was moved by the desperation of the Brahmin. He asked a devotee of his to take the Brahmin to Sangam. He told the Brahmin that he should bathe in Sangam and then worship the Ashwatha tree by taking 3 pradakshinas around it. After that, he was to wear the new clothes which would be given to him. The Brahmin took the bath in Sangam, worshipped the Ashwatha tree, and after discarding his old clothes, put on the new ones given to him by Guru Nath. Lo, the disease disappeared mostly except for a few white patches here and there. Guru Nath later explained to him that the few patches remaining were due to the skeptical feelings entertained by him originally. The Brahmin was overcome by a surge of devotion to Guru Nath and sang many hymns in praise of him. He told him that having passed through the ordeals of 84 lakhs of births and finally being born as a man and much more than that as a Brahmin, he was still steeped in ignorance. Alas, always plunged neck deep in the waters of samsara, he had no peace. How torturous is birth, what turmoils one has to go through, all because of one's ignorance and lack of correct perspective of life and the ultimate realities. Only refuge at Guru Nath's feet saves one from such pitiful existence. The Brahmin stayed on there composing many hymns on Guru Nath. Guru Nath used to call him Kavishwara. Slowly, with a continued exposure to Guru Nath's grace and love, he was totally rid of his disease. The few patches that remained earlier had also slowly disappeared completely. He became famous as Nandishwara Kavi. Thus ends the 45th chapter of Sri Guru Charitra, describing the Dvijakushta Haranam. Glory to the all-merciful, the omnipresent, and the ever-responsive Gurunath.